Back in Week 7, the football team lost their first matchup against the Cowboys. Can Dallas finish the sweep? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Washington football team. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their 6'1 quarterback from Old Dominion. It's Taylor Heineke.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense, just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Heineke now. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling, go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal's there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Elliott a first down and more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Prescott to throw it. This is caught. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off for big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Again, it's Elliott. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 4th first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return. Oh, he shifts past him.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth.
There's a good opportunity to just run a ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play here for Dallas.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. His first carry in their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes?
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Dak Prescott keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. Here's Cohen now to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on second and long. Heineke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Now a hit and a loose football. And does Washington have it? They do.
I don't know why, but it's always...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Oh, we got it. We got it.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A first down throw for Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Elliott. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's got this down to the 35.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This looks like a free play for Prescott. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Play action now, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this one is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. Prescott now. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
Here's Cohen now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jabril Cox there on the tackle. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We start with the battle of East versus West in the NFC. Philadelphia playing host to Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at U.S. Bank Stadium. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, a touchdown pass there. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Nelson Aguilar, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And the rushing numbers should tell the story of why they trail at the half. They're still in single digits in yardage as a team through 2 quarters of play. That's not good. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is Tony Pollard. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Heineke's thrown into the hands of McLaurin. And he's got some space here. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Heineke to throw it. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On second down, Elliott. Room here to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 64 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Carlos Watkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now on 2nd and 16. Heineke to the right side and complete to Thomas. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Heineke. Now he steps away. Got some room at the 30. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. A big play there on the keeper. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Heineke. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 2nd and 10, Heineke looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Washington 10.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A first down throw for Heineke. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 32-yard line.
Here's Heineke. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Heineke on first down. Got a man. It's Brown. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the move to his left. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes just usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
And they take a knee. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Dallas, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.